Rogers TV Durham would like to acknowledge that we are on the treaty and traditional territory of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation of the Mississauga Nation. May we respectfully honor the knowledge and understanding of the Indigenous stewards of these ancestral lands and ensure that the voices of the First Peoples are represented in our collections, programs, and services.
The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers Cable or Rogers TV.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of At the Heart of Business. I'm your host, Judith Tate. At the Heart of Business is a conversation with women in business discussing their challenges and successes. I'd like to welcome my first guests today, Efuaye and Efeaye Abu of Blank to Life Creations.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. I just, you know what, I love your energy. You're both so just cheerful and yeah, love it. And beautiful.
Thank
you.
So
tell us all about Blank to Life Creations.
Sure. Yes. Blank to Life Creations is a business that we aim to just bring creativity and design to people's spaces and events through the products that we offer. So we have B2L Cake Shop, where we do custom cakes for events, B2L Cake Decor, and then B2L Wreaths and Florals.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot that you do.
Yeah, we call it, it's like a creative empire. We have different pillars. Yeah.
Great. So what was the motivation behind starting Blank to Life Creations? Or actually, first, let's start with the name. How did you get that name?
Name? Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess, yeah, I'll take this one. I think she wants to take the next one. Okay, we got the name because we really didn't want to have a generic name. We wanted something that had like longevity to it. We're thinking like home sense. We want something that's like not like F1 Efeaye Bakes or anything like cheesy. But we were literally like, no cheesiness here. But we were just like ideating, thinking of ideas along with my mom. And then she was like, okay, let's think about the process, because we had written down like creative design. We wrote down all the words. And she's like, you guys usually start with like, you don't have anything that you start with. It's like the ideas in your head and you just start with your materials, your blank cake, your tools. And then we were like, okay, there's two of us, we're into creativity. So then we were actually like bring to life. And then we're like, bring, it's weird. And then blank kind of just popped up into my mom's head. It was actually her that kind of came up with this whole name. And then we're like, oh, this is actually cute. Like, and it just seems like we can put so many different things under it as time progresses, as we like modify our business and grow. Yeah. So yeah, and then it's like B2L for short. There's two of us, so there's a two in the name. So it's cute.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. Yeah. So what's the motivation behind the business, Efeaye?
Yeah, so the motivation for our business kind of started from when we were really, really young.
Okay.
We've just always been creative individuals, and we've always kind of worked together in that sense as well. And I would always be trying out new recipes, and my sister would be making canvases or home decor for like our house and for relatives and things. And I kind of got carried over like all the way into our teenage years and throughout high school until the day came about us like realizing that our hobby can turn into a full-on business. Yeah.
And do you have memories from childhood that was behind that foundation as well?
Yes, lots. Like we would be in the basement and we'd tell our mom, like our parents, we'd be like, this is a studio. Like we were like, over here we got like the home decor going on. Like I'm like, we're staging stuff. She would always have like to believe it or not, like my mom's BlackBerry, and she would be like filming us, and I'd be like there talking. Like we had like, it wasn't even just the creative stuff. We had like a whole like company in our head, and we would always be like making like, you know, like playing around with it and stuff all around the house. But yeah.
So how old would you say you were then when it started?
Probably like if I'm 8 years old, then she's 3 years younger. Okay. Yeah, 5. Yeah, from as young as then.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So how does it feel to have, you know, something that you used to play around with and this little dream that you had? How does it feel to have that come to life?
Yeah, it feels like truly amazing. Like just to know that like your hobby and something that you love doing as a kid. I mean, like you just know like you can do it now and it's okay, and it can be turned into a business and so much bigger. You know, like just because you're older doesn't mean you have to stop doing what you love, and
I love that.
It makes it like not technically like, even though it's a job, it makes it not feel like a job because you're doing something you truly, truly love and you're passionate in. So because it's your hobby and your job, so you love it. So even though it's really hard sometimes, you it goes by smoothly in your head because you just have that desire.
Oh, I love it. So talking about being hard sometimes, what kind of challenges have you faced?
One of the challenges we faced at the beginning was we would buy everything in like small quantities because we're like, oh, we're just small. Like we would go, like if she's baking a cake, I would run out, go get the sprinkles, whatever. But then as things started picking up, we were like, this is not efficient. Like even on the day of an order, 2 days before the order, we'd be scrambling. Like I'd be out there at like the stores trying to get stuff. And then we just realized, we had to buy things in bulk. We're like this, like especially packaging. We're like, we can't run out every time we need a box. Like this is not time efficient. So even things like that, it just like, we just learn as you go, right? So then we just knew we need to buy things in bulk, and it just made our system, our process so much easier. But
Any other challenges?
The next one I'd have to say is my sister went back to university in Waterloo. So I was here living at home, going to school in Toronto, and she was 2 hours away in Waterloo. And it was like, how are we going to do things? Because we usually like are in the same like studio or like in close proximity to each other. So that was a challenge at first because we weren't used to it. But we kind of learned from that challenge, which helped us today too. Like we don't always have to be like side by side. We know how the routine works. We know that, oh, she has like video content. She sends it to me. I edit it.
We send it back. Got the captions ready. Like
it all flows now. So that challenge actually kind of helped us a lot.
Oh, good. I love it. So, being young, because you're both so very young, what kind of challenges have you faced, being young entrepreneurs, if any?
A couple, actually, I would say. I think just even like telling people about our business, and then they see how young we are, and they're like, really, you do all of that? And like you even said when we were explaining, you're like, that's a lot, like under one thing. And it's just because we're multi-creative, and we really do see like under that bringing like creativity and design to people's spaces and events. That's like quite a bit of stuff that we're very passionate about. So just kind of like outside, people can doubt you. They're like, are they really legit? And things like that. But it's funny because when people do order stuff, and sometimes they don't even really know how, they're like, you're this young and you created this? Like, and we're like, like we're very, I guess, very talented. But that's definitely one of the things. And then being young people with social media, we're always on there, we're posting stuff. And it is a day and age where a lot of, actually quite a bit more young people are coming out there. So sometimes you can feel discouraged. You see another young person reach this milestone in their business and you're like, oh my gosh, is my business lacking? Am I not on the right path? But I would say even in those times, like we're really intentional about reminding ourselves about our vision, what we're like aiming for, and that like if they did it, then it shouldn't like actually put us down. It should be like, oh my gosh, if they could achieve that, I can do it too. So that's where our mindset should be, and then put action towards that so that you can get there as well.
Oh, I love that. That's so important, because when you compare yourself to other people, you really minimize what you've accomplished.
Exactly.
So that's very important, just to notice that and celebrate that. Well, how do you celebrate your milestones? Or any wins?
Any wins? I would say just we just get extremely happy. Like
really excited.
Our parents are happy. Like our little brother's happy because they all like support and help us as well. So it's just really exciting to like if you achieve a milestone, we're like, okay, we achieved this. But because of our like creative like minds, like we're like, okay, we achieved this. What else can you achieve next? You know? So it's really like
But we do try and remember, like, take a minute and like of course like absorb what actually just happened. Like when we did our first wedding cake and we went to the venue, we set up, like she had been baking like for like days to prepare and stuff. But like after that that was one of the times where we really need to, my mom was like, come on, you just did a wedding cake, like that's big. So we were just like, we took a minute and we just got ice cream, got dessert, you know what I mean? And just was like, we did it, like how?
Oh wow! So what are some other wins? That's a wedding cake. That's a big win. Wow. What are some other wins that you've had?
I would have to say we started doing markets, like farmers markets, locally around, just to, you know, showcase our stuff to the community who we sell for, like, mainly for our baked goods. So that was another big win for us. Like, when we set up, like, people were coming by, and we even got some people that were followers that would come and be like, oh, we saw on your Instagram that you're here. And we're like, oh, people actually, like,
They actually follow us.
And claims like that, a specific one they really like and they've been eyeing on the shop.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, it's just really nice to see face to face, because as we said, it is a virtual setting usually, like especially for our Etsy shops and stuff. Like you normally don't see them physically. So seeing people like live too was really, really.
And actually, when you bring up the Etsy shop, it does make me remember wins within that when we get orders from places that are global and international. So we've had like France, Switzerland, Spain, like these places that are so far away, and I'm like, they're sitting in like a French cafe and they really thought they should order from us. Like, amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So how would you define success for you?
Oh, I guess you did a lot of talking. I guess I'll go. Yeah, success for us. We are Christians. We believe in God and all of that. So for us, it's always like, is what we're doing really benefiting people in a positive way? And then is what the things that we're doing is glorifying to God? So that's always like our two main things that we try and align ourselves with. So that, and we always remember that these like talents and gifts that we have, like it wasn't, we didn't give ourselves this. Like, it was definitely God that gave us these gifts and these talents. So it's like, how are we using it to further his kingdom, to be a positive impact to our society, to even just like our community? Like, we're both Black females, so even to our community, like, how can we bring some things that maybe they wouldn't, you know, they would just go order from someone else, but it's different when you're ordering from like your own, you know what I mean? So even things like that, those are, so we're successful when, if we can achieve those things, we're like, we've hit the mark of success for sure. Yeah.
Oh, great. And how do you stand out from, say, your competitors? Well, I'm pretty sure there are competitors out there, but you just seem so unique. How are you unique, and how do you stand out?
I would say we stand out because our things are custom, so we really try to meet the consumer's needs in that sense. And because of just, I don't know, our passion for creativity, I think like to make something, like we really limit ourselves to looking at other people's on medias and stuff, just so like you don't unintentionally like maybe like do something a certain way that a specific person does something. So we really like sit on it and get our juices flowing and stuff to really make sure we produce something extremely unique for that person, that they know they have something that it can be made again. Like it's really specific. So each item, even for toppers or home decor wreaths, it's different in its sense,
And it's like, even with like our cake toppers and stuff, like people always say, they're like, I don't want it, like, they don't want to throw it out after. Like a lot of people tell us they keep it as keepsakes. Like if it's a kid's cake topper, they're keeping it in their kid's baby book. Like we really try and make our thing so that like even cakes and stuff, people are like, I don't want to eat it. Like one lady literally took a photo of like our cake and she was like, I'm keeping this photo. Like I don't want to forget that this was the cake I ordered. So yeah, I think that just really makes us stand out. Like it's just, no one can have F1 Efeaye's creativity come together and make what we make.
So what words of advice would you have for other young entrepreneurs starting their journey?
I would say my parents, they always say you have to see it before they can smell it. So both of my parents, they always say like, you have to see the rain before, you have to smell the rain before people can see the rain, which is essentially like you need to see what you're creating before other people see it. And I think that's just, that's it. Like, just keep working. People can't see the full vision, but we can. So we need to do the work so that people can see what we're seeing in our head. And I think we're doing that.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. You're both so adorable, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We will be speaking with Marlene Harb of the 10 Spot in Whitby next.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Everyone wants to know about everything Blue Jays.
Blair and Barker, know what's up.
Over under an 86.5 wins.
I'm going to go over.
What's the story on Blue Jays Central?
Jamie, this Blue Jays lineup has a chance to win a ball game. Should be a good finish.
Joe, it's going to get exciting. Let's get you back to the ballpark.
That ball's driven to deep left field.
Gone! And the Blue Jays win it!
Only one network has everything.
Sportsnet, home of the Blue Jays.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to At the Heart of Business. I'm your host, Judith Tate. At the Heart of Business is a conversation with women in business discussing their challenges and successes. I'd like to welcome our next guest, Marlene Harb, the owner and general manager of the 10 Spot in Whitby. Welcome, Marlene.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
So nice to have you. You look lovely.
Thank you.
Tell us about the 10 Spot in Whitby.
Yeah, so 10 Spot is a beauty bar. Basically focuses on all beauty services, like the waxing, manicure, pedicure, facials, hair laser removal, brow lamp, tinting, lash lift and tinting. Yeah. So we do everything. It's a one-stop beauty shop with the exception of hair.
Okay. So what's your most popular service there?
Oh my God, pedicure.
Pedicure? Oh, okay.
People love to do our pedicure and get pampered with us.
Yeah.
Because the way the bench is set up with the TV, and of course we offer drinks, all kind of drinks. And so they sit with their friends, they have a chat, and they get pampered. What else can you ask for more, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I was at a wonderful event that you did. It was your 1-year anniversary.
Yes.
Which is actually, that's today, right?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I knew it was coming up. Yeah, and I believe you mentioned something about experiences that you offer as well, and they looked fantastic. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so because we are liquor licensed, 1, 2, the space is really open and spacious and welcoming. So we offer a lot of events, be it bridal parties, corporate events, birthday parties for kids and adults. And really, it's an experience. It's not just a party.
Yeah.
They walk in, they get their services done while they're having snacks or food and drinks and music and with friends and so on. So it's really, really fun thing to do, especially with bridals when they're very stressed, getting their things in order and, you know, so many things that add to their stress when they book their parties with us. It really takes off that burden.
Yeah.
So one time we had a bridal party and the bride was doing her nail extension and nail art. Okay. And she was having her favorite drink.
Oh.
And she probably did a little bit extra.
Yeah.
And the esthetician the second day, she goes, well, you need to put a limit because I wasn't able to finish my service for her.
No.
She was chatty and moving the whole time. So yeah, it was really, And also the networking event, as you said, we had it. It was super successful. So many businesses got business out of that.
Yeah.
And this gave me pleasure knowing that it helped other businesses get something out of it.
That's good.
Yeah.
And what was the motivation behind starting this business?
So I come from media and digital marketing background. I worked for over 20 years in the corporate world, multinational companies. And I was tired of the corporate rat race. So at some point, I decided to take a step back and evaluate my priorities and what makes me happy. do I want to continue chasing that shiny new object, like the salaries, the titles, and whatnot?
Yeah.
Or do I want to be my own boss?
Yeah.
Do I want to help others achieve their dreams or start my own dream? And luckily, my partner was very supportive and encouraging, and he really pushed me. And I took the leap of faith, and I started the 10 Spot.
Oh, that's great. I love it. I love success stories like that.
Yeah.
So, of course, leaving corporate, going into entrepreneurship, what kind of impact did that have on, say, you, your family?
The first year was extremely challenging. You are your own team and an army of one.
Yeah.
You do everything yourself. When I was in the corporate, you have your team, you have other departments, you have your own set of things to do, and everyone else help you to get to that goal that you need to achieve, right? When you have your own business, there's no one, literally no one to help you. You are the cleaner to the general manager, everything.
Wow. Yeah.
And when I see those videos, Instagram videos, the meme that the reality of being a boss versus Instagram.
Yeah.
You walk in with this bag and everyone is helping you out, as opposed to reality where you're doing the scrubbing and painting and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very, very challenging, and the impact on my family, it was really hard. I was really stressed. I wasn't really giving time. And my partner, he was very, very supportive in a way that he understood the impact. And he helps a lot most of the time, but still, it's on you.
Yeah.
And you have to every single day wake up and start all over again. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, it sounds like there's a lot of challenges, but also a lot of reward that comes with business as well.
100%, 100%. When I see a customer walking outside the beauty bar and leaving us a 5-star Google review and telling genuinely how the experience was for them and how it made them feel, it's very rewarding for me. Also, when I see the staff that they're working hard and making ends meet and leaving the end of the day knowing that they can bring food and put food on the table, it makes me really happy because I have the control in that.
Yes.
I don't have control to bring business as much as I can. I do my best.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes it's out of your hand, but these give me pleasure. And also I've started working with other women entrepreneur, and I see how much every single person willing to help.
Yes.
And just jumping to help the fellow business owner, it just gives me pleasure.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I love it. And so tell us about the products that you have here.
Yeah, so 10 Spot, they carefully curate and choose and select products to display and sell. We don't sell mass-produced products. We don't sell just for the idea of selling. These products are really important in the sense that they are specialized in everything, in specific problem.
Okay.
And I've heard from so many customers how good these products are. Dermalogica, for example, we use it in our facials.
Okay.
It's one of the top notch products in Canada. The 10 Spot products, these are made by 10 Spot. You only find them at our location or 10 Spot location.
Yeah.
These are really great products, and every single customer who use them, they swear by them.
Okay. What's your favorite?
I use Wrinkle Schminkle.
Okay.
To be honest.
Which one is?
This one.
Oh, okay.
You sleep, you put it, it helps reducing wrinkles. You're attending webinar, you put it, it's very seamless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like it's reusable. So after a few weeks, you start seeing like the wrinkles are getting smoother, and it's really, really good.
I might have to get some of that. Okay.
And of course Dermalogica, because I do my facials at at the bar. So yeah, these are great products.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so tell us about like you've talked about, the rewards. Tell us about a big win that you've had, because you've been in business for a year. What's one of your biggest wins?
I'd say the biggest win is looking at our Google review is definitely a great win.
Okay.
And looking at the number of followers within 1 year, how much we achieved. We passed 1,000 a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. These are really, really testament to how the effort that we're putting behind everything. The staff, retaining the staff and keeping them happy is another win. Building our customer base, we grew big time from the day we opened till now, and we're still growing. Yeah, I mean, these are, even though you would think that they're small wins, but to us, they're really big.
Oh yeah.
It takes a village to build number of Google reviews, to achieve 5-star Google reviews, to build followers and and your customer base.
Oh,
yeah.
And I love that you say it takes a village, because it just shows that you acknowledge everyone that's a part of your team, everyone
100%.
that's helped you to get to where you are, because you can't be in business on your own.
Absolutely. The estheticians, they're the ones who do the services.
Yeah.
And without them, there's no 10 spot.
Yeah.
And same thing, I help them customize and personalize the experience of the customers, making sure that they're getting the best and exceptional services. So we both complement each other.
Yeah, for sure. And how would you define success?
I would say success is not only by revenue. It's also seeing someone walking outside the door feeling like a 10. To me, this is really important. We also offer genuine help to people in need or going through a rough time. And that's, to me, when I see the person leaving happy, to me is success.
Yeah.
And I achieved success. I had a few incidents with few women that were going through some health issues, either with themselves or with one of their family member. I invited them over, collected donation, offered them some free services to pamper themselves and feel good about themselves, and just the smile on their face, it was just enough for me.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And I love to hear that. Giving back it's so
100%,
important.
Yeah.
Where do you see the 10 spot in the future, say like 5 years into the future?
I would say having full day full of customers back to back. We have 6 pedi stations, 5 mini stations, and 3 rooms for services. To have full team of at least 10 to 15 estheticians, happy estheticians.
Yes.
And maintaining our Google reviews, it's important. It's easy to have the place full, but not having great feedback and reviews, right?
Yeah.
So to me, it's important maintaining that level of expertise and standard. And to be able to take a step back, empower the team, be able to run the place by themselves, having a team that is capable and empowered to do their own thing, and me taking a step back and maybe taking a trip.
Being the boss.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Marlene. It was great to talk to you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
And thanks to everyone for watching. We'll see you next time on another episode of At the Heart of Business.